So our lesson today, inshallah, is graphing quadratic functions. Our lesson
Mister,
today is graphing quadratic function. What?
Mister, loud your voice.
What about this?
It's good.
It's good. Okay. So
Yeah.
our lesson today, it's a new lesson in a new chapter, which is graphing quadratic functions. Graphing quadratic function. Okay. Before I'll start, inshallah, I would to thank only I have 7 students perform the online quiz. 7 students. So I want to thank them.
Mister,
And also there is no excuse. There is no excuse.
no, I talked with you on WhatsApp, but you didn't reply.
What about what?
About the exam, the quiz.
What is your excuse?
Mister, I wasn't exactly in all the classes. I asked you about if I have another chance to do it. Is it repeatable or no? But you didn't reply.
Okay, Abdullah, I said that if
Yes.
you have a problem with your microhill, the sheet on SBS, you can download the sheet and solve it and send it to me as a WhatsApp message.
Mr. Moomin,
Yes, but I want to know if I can do it more than one time to know if my mark will be like full mark or not.
2 times. 2 times. If you make it and you need to try another chance, the micro hill gives you
السلام عليكم.
okay. So you have all the chances. And only
Mr. Moomin,
7 students. What, Hashim?
أنا ما دريت في كوز على مقروهل ولا والله أحله فاضي ما عندي وقت.
I said for 3 times at the beginning of the week,
السلام عليكم.
through the week, and at the end of the week, the last Thursday. What shall I do after that? Okay, and send in the group.
إلى الآن متوفر طيب؟
No, it's ended. Okay, so inshallah by the end of this week we have another quiz. We have another online quiz. Please try to finish it. And for the students who have a problem with MyGrowHealth, they can download the sheet. I put the sheet on the SBS on the worksheets and homework. واجبات وأوراق عمل. You can download the sheet and try to solve it. So there is no excuse. But to get only 7 students out of 36 students, 7 students only, okay, it's up to you. So I have about 4 students in grade 9A and only 3 students in 9B. 3 students on 9B. Okay, so the mark of this quiz is counted or will be put for these 7 students only. Okay, inshallah, we'll see the next online quiz. The next online quiz will be available, inshallah, by the end of the week through 8 to 8 days. I leave it for 8 days, so you have a big chance to make it. Okay, thanks. I'll start my lesson quickly. Okay, so our lesson is talking about graphing quadratic function. We will start. Together. Okay, we have here this is a revision. I can put it as a revision. We will start from the beginning of the lesson. Okay, be attention with me. I'm going to start from here. Pay attention. The new vocab is quadratic function. The quadratic function is the function from the second degree. Linear function is a function from the first degree, as we talked before in the first term, and also in this term about the linear function. And we knew that the linear function when we draw it, it's represented by a straight line, and its standard form is ax plus b. But here quadratic function is a second degree function. The standard form, we will see the standard form of quadratic function. The graph, when we graph it, it's called parabola. So the shape that we have when we draw a quadratic function, it's called parabola. Axis of symmetry. What is the meaning of axis of symmetry of the parabola? Vertex or vertex point, minimum and maximum. So this is a new vocab in our lesson today. Inshallah, we will start to talk about them all except the last two items, minimum and maximum. We don't talk about them today. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll complete. Okay, let's start. This is our lesson. Pay attention about this. Pay attention about this. Okay. Okay. Please pay attention about this. I repeat everything for 2 times. After you have finished, okay, writing, please pay attention with me. Okay, pay attention with me.
Mister, your voice is low.
What about this? It's good now. It's good now. Okay. Hashim, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Hashim. Muhannad. Muhannad, you hear me?
Yes, yes, Mister. Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, okay. Let's start. Quadratic function. Quadratic function, as I said, it's a function from the second degree. Second degree, it means x will be power 2. So f of x equal x power 2. And we said before, f of x, it means y. So instead of f of x, I can write y. So if you write here y, there is no problem. So y equal f of x equal x squared. The standard form, you must know the standard form very well. The standard form for the quadratic function, for the second degree function, is ax squared plus bx plus c. Again, ax squared plus bx plus c. So the coefficient of x squared is called a. The coefficient, the number beside x squared is called a. And the number beside x is called b, and the free term or the absolute term or the constant is called c. This constant is called y-intercept. So y-intercept here is c. Y-intercept is c. If he ask you about y-intercept in the problems, just we get the constant or this number which is called y-intercept, and pay attention about the sign. It may be negative. It may be negative. So y-intercept is the letter C. The type of the graph, as we said, it's called parabola. This graph is called parabola. This curve is called parabola. So if we draw a second degree function, we will get this shape. We will get this shape by the blue color. By the blue color. The axis of symmetry is this red line. The axis of symmetry is a line that divides the shape into two equal parts. So this line is called the axis of symmetry. How we can get the axis of symmetry? It's a rule. Pay attention about the rule. X equal negative b over 2a. You must know this rule very well. X equal negative b over 2a. By another words, negative the coefficient of x, negative the number beside x over 2 multiply the number beside x squared. Again, to get the axis of symmetry, negative the coefficient of x over twice the coefficient of y. Negative b over 2a to get the axis of symmetry, and this is the axis of symmetry. If we have a drawing, we can get it from the drawing directly. It means here, the axis of symmetry here, x equal negative 2. How we get it, mister? Because here, this is 0, this is -1, this is -2. So here on x is -2. We're looking for x. X is what? Is -2. So our axis of symmetry here is x equal -2 directly from the drawing. So if you have a drawing, you can get it directly. But if you have an equation, we must use this rule. Okay? Y-intercept is C as we took before. Y-intercept is C as we took before. Let's revise the linear function. We talk about the linear function. When we draw the linear function, it's a line. So the type of the graph here is a line. The type of the graph here is a line, but the type of a graph here is parabola. So you must know the difference between the linear and the quadratic function. The linear function is its standard form is ax plus b, and it's from the first degree equation, because here the power of x, or the highest power of x, or the highest order is 1, but here the highest power of x is 2. Okay, so this is our lesson. I repeat it again from the beginning. Quadratic function, we will talk about a new type of the function, which is called the quadratic function. Before we talk about the linear function. The linear function, its standard form is f of x or y equal ax plus b. The type of the graph is a line. As you see, when we draw, we get a straight line. Okay, but here, if we draw, we get a curve like this curve by the blue color. And the standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. The type of the graph is parabola. Axis of symmetry, when we want to get the axis of symmetry, this line, it's x equal -b over 2a, and c is y-intercept. Okay, let's start to Abdullah Shobrumi. Abdullah Shobrumi. Abdullah Shobrumi. I open your mic.
Hello, Mister.
Okay, Shobrumi, can you read again
Yes.
from quadratic function first? The parent
Yes.
function is
The parent function f of x equal x power 2, which is y equal x power 2.
yes.
And the standard form is f of x equal ax power 2 plus bx plus c. And it is a parabola graph.
So
The axis of
the type of the
symmetry.
graph or the shape is called the parabola. It means like this
Yes, the
curve.
curve.
Okay.
Yes. The axis of symmetry is x equal negative b over 2a, and the y-intercept is c.
ممتاز. Okay, we're going to Abdullah Al-Ghamdi. Abdullah.
Yes, Mister.
Abdullah, can you read the second part talking about linear function? Linear function, its standard form is
Standard
form
y.
is f of
Mister,
x.
load your
Yes.
voice.
F of x or y equal
F of x ax plus b.
ax plus b. The type of the graph will be.
Hello, Mister.
Yes, I hear you. The type of the graph is
the type of graph line.
Is a line.
Line.
Okay.
Line.
Let's start to go to our problems. Okay. Start with me. Okay. First, use a table of values to graph y equal x squared plus 2x plus 3. If we have a problem like this, pay attention with me. We can get the result without making a table. I'm going to Ali Al-Harbi to help me to solve this. Ali.
Yes.
Okay, Ali. We have a problem like this in the exam, and we need to get the graph of this function. First, what about B and D? B and D are right or wrong?
Wrong.
Why?
Because it is a line.
Yes, excellent. Because we talk here about x squared, and we said that the x squared or the quadratic function always will be like a parabola or a curve like this. It can be open up or open down like A or C, but it can't be a line. So we can ignore or refuse this two choices. So B and D are out of my choice. Why? Because it's represent a line, and a line is a linear. So now we will choose from A or C. Pay attention with me. Ali, the coefficient of x squared is positive or negative? First, what is the coefficient of x squared? What is the number before x squared?
1.
Excellent. So we have here 1, but we don't write 1. If we have 1, we don't write it. So the coefficient here, it means A. I name it by A. So A is equal to 1. Okay. And what about B, Ali? B is the coefficient of x.
The coefficient 2.
It's 2. Okay. And what about C?
3.
Is 3. Pay attention with me, Ali. We have a rule said that if the coefficient of x squared is positive number, this graph will be looking upward like letter A. And if you have a negative number for x squared, it's like downward like C. Here, your coefficient is positive or negative for x squared?
Positive.
So it's look upward. It's like A or C?
A.
So the result is A. So without using a table, he make here a table. Okay, he get or he let the values of x -3, -2, -1, 0, and 1. This is from his mind. And substitute. Remove x and put -3, remove x and put -2, remove, and so on. But here we will take a more time. We can get or deduce the result without all these steps, because we have B and D are linear functions, so they are out. Okay, A and C, maybe A, maybe C. We're looking to the coefficient of x squared. X squared is positive, so it's looking up. So it's letter A without calculating. Okay, this is the answer of the first example. I'm going to the second example. With Marwan.
Yes, mister.
Okay, Marwan. Can you read the example, please? By loud your voice, please.
Okay. Find the vertex, the equation of the axis of
First.
symmetry.
Find the vertex. This is the first requirement. Find the vertex. So this is the first requirement. Okay, complete
the equation of the axis.
Yes, equation of axis of symmetry. This is the second one. So equation of axis of symmetry is the second required. Pay attention about this problem. In the exam, I can get only or ask you only about the vertex. Ask you only about the equation or the line of symmetry. Okay, but this collect all the requirements. Okay, so pay attention about this. If you understand it, it means you understand the lesson. Okay, complete.
And y-intercept.
Y-intercept is the third requirement. So now we have 3 requirements. Can you repeat them, Marwan?
Yes, find the vertex.
Yes.
Then the equation of the axis of symmetry.
Yes.
And then y-intercept of the graph.
Okay. If you have a graph, this type of problem, we have 2 types from these problems. Okay. He can give you the equation or give you the graph. If he give you the graph, it's very easy. We get all the information from the graph on some seconds. Okay. So pay attention with me, Marwan. If we have a graph, what is the vertex? the vertex is the point of the vertex of the curve, or the point in the half of the curve, the middle of the curve. Pay attention. Which point in the middle of the curve?
2 and -2.
Excellent. So this point is the middle of the curve. So the middle of the curve is called the vertex point. It's called the vertex point. And when we talk about a point, we talk about x and y. X and y. So this point refers to what on x, as Marwan said? It refers to 2. And refers to what on y? It refers to -2. So the vertex point here is is 2 and -2. This is the first requirement. So if we need to talk about the vertex point and we have a graph, we just take the point of the graph, or the point in the middle of the graph like this, and talk about x first and then y. Okay, complete, Marwan. What is the second requirement?
The equation of the axis of
Yes,
symmetry.
equation of the axis of symmetry. Don't forget, you will write x equal. You must write x and get the value of x in the vertex point. The value of x in the vertex point is what?
The value of x is 2.
So write x equal to. This is the equation of axis of symmetry. That is all. Yes. So you get first the vertex point. What is the vertex point? VB is the point at the middle. Now we get the equation of axis of symmetry. It must be x equal. If you just write 2, it's wrong. X equal 2, because it's an equation. This is the second one. The third one, Marwan?
Y-intercept of the graph.
Y-intercept, it means the intersection of the graph with the y-axis. Y-axis intersect or meet the graph at which point?
2 and 0. No, 0 and 2.
2 only. I need only the point that the graph. Yes, it's 2 and 0, or 0. Sorry, 0 and 2. But I need only 2. So
Okay.
if you have here y-intercept, always a number, not a point. So y-intercept is equal to 2. This is my answer for the whole problem. I can give you a chance to write the steps with me. I just write the steps by a good handwriting with you. You can write the problem, and then I can take your problem, Mish'al, okay, after I have finished. First, the first step, step 1, find the vertex point. Because the parabola opens up, the vertex point is located at the minimum point of the parabola, and it's located as 2 and -2. So this point. Sorry, I can let it again. Okay, so this point is called the vertex point. This point is called the vertex point. This point is called the vertex point. So I just shade it like this, and I can write its name. It's a vertex point. So this is the first requirement. He asked you, find the vertex. Find the vertex from the graph. It's a point in the middle of the curve. Okay, it's a point on the middle of, or the point at which the curve changes from downward to upward, from downward to upward, or from upward to downward, because the graph, it's going to downward like this. To this point, it's returned back to upward. So this is the first step. The second step, I'm talking about the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry, or line of axis of symmetry, or the equation of the axis of symmetry. It's equal to x equal what? The value of x in the vertex point. It means if you get the vertex point, take the value of x. Only take the value of x. So we have here the x axis of symmetry is a line that goes through the vertex and divide and goes through the vertex. It means on the vertex, and divide the parabola into two congruent halves. It's located at x equal to. x equal 2. So the answer is x equal to. Number 3, find y-intercept. Y-intercept is a point where the graph intersect y-axis, and it's located at 0 and 2, and for y-intercept is 2. So y-intercept is always a number. I don't need this. This is only for description, but I need only 2. So y-intercept is 2. Y-intercept is 2. Okay, this is the full answer for this example. I can take now Mishal. Mishal, do you have any problem, Mishal?
يس هذا كيف ستيب 2 ما فهمته.
Step 2. Okay, I get to step 2 again. Okay, I get to step 2 again. Step 2 is asking about what first?
Equation of the
Axis of symmetry. Equation of line of symmetry or equation of axis of symmetry. Equation of axis of symmetry or equation of line of symmetry, the value of x in the vertex point. We get the vertex point as what and what?
2 and negative 2.
You take only the value of x. The value of x is what?
2.
So x equal 2 is the equation of axis of symmetry.
بس.
Yes. Why? Because if you make a line like this from here, from the point 2 on x, from the point 2 on x, like this, like this, like this line divides the shape into 2 equal parts. That's right?
Yes.
So this is called the axis of symmetry. So it's a line divides the shape into 2 equal parts and passes through the point what on x?
2.
Point 2. So x equal 2 is our result. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So now we will going to another example. We will going another example. So it's a very important example. And as I said in the exam, I can ask you about one requirement, ask you about the vertex, ask you about the equation only, ask you about y-intercept only. So it's very easy if it's come like this in the exam. I'm going to another example after this. Okay, so yes, another example. Find the vertex. Find the vertex. Equation of axis of symmetry and y-intercept. And y-intercept. Okay, just take. I need. محمد الموسى. محمد.
Yes, Master.
Okay, Muhammad, can you read example B, please?
Master, I can read, but he didn't understand. Just listen.
Okay. Read and we go step by step with you.
Okay. Find the vertex. The equation of the axis of symmetry and y-intercept of the graph.
Okay. First, I'm asking you about what?
Vertex.
The vertex is this point. This point is called the vertex. This point is called the vertex. If I talk about a point, I talk about vertex point first. I talk about x and y. Can you state, Muhammad, the value of x and the value of y for this point? The value of x is what?
2 and 4.
And the
2.
value of y?
4.
So this is a vertex point. You have any problem for the vertex point?
No.
Okay. We're going to the second one. The second one is the equation of axis of symmetry. Equation of axis of symmetry, x equal. And it takes the value of x of the vertex point. The value of x for the vertex point is what?
2.
So just write 2. You have a problem with axis of symmetry?
No.
Okay. Y-intercept. Y-intercept. So y-intercept will be. Y-intercept will be the point of intersection. The point of intersection of the curve and y. This curve, which is with a blue color, intersect y-intercept at which point?
-4.
So we write here -4. Y-intercept equal -4. It's easy or it's difficult?
Easy.
Okay, this is the answer. This is the answer. Okay, so you can write the answer. The vertex point is 2 and 4. The equation of axis of symmetry is x equal to 2, and y-intercept is -4. Okay, you can write the answer quickly. Okay. Okay, well, let's go to the next example, the last one today. The last one today. Okay, we have here. This is our answer. Okay. 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 We have here. Consider the graph of y equal 3x squared minus 6x plus 1. Write the equation of axis of symmetry. I need to write only the equation of axis of symmetry. Okay, Mishal, I'll take you. Okay, Mishal. Okay, Mishal.
Yes.
Okay, can you solve the example?
Yes. We get the equation of the axis of symmetry by looking at the vertex point.
Yes, the vertex point is what?
Negative 2 on x and -2 on y.
What on x? What on x again?
Sorry, 1 on x.
Yes, 1 on x. This is 1. So 1 on x and what on y?
-2.
-2. So this is a vertex point, but he don't ask you about the vertex point. He asks you about the equation of axis of symmetry.
We make a line in the middle.
Yes, so line here. This is my axis of symmetry. So this axis of symmetry will be x equal to what?
1.
Excellent. So it's letter
D.
It's letter D. Okay. Okay, I'm going to Muhammad Saad. Muhammad. Muhammad Saad. Muhammad. Okay. Always you don't need to participate. There is no problem. I'll take Muhammad Al-Asmari. Muhammad Al-Asmari.
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad, can you read the example and try to solve it with me?
حاجة صعبة. The graph y equal x power 2 minus 6x plus 1.
Yes.
Find the vertex. هنا ما هي واضحة دي الثانية.
Find the
الكلمة
vertex.
دي.
The vertex. I need to find the coordinates of the vertex point for this graph.
2 and 1.
Again, this is a vertex point. I go first for x. For x, if I go for
Yes.
x, it will be what?
1.
1. So if I go for x, it's 1. If I go to for y, it will be
2 negative 2.
So if we want to write the vertex point, we start with x. With x is what?
X is 1
1
and
y.
negative 2.
So 1 and negative 2, which is letter what?
Letter B.
Which is letter. Okay, thanks, Muhammad. Okay. I'm going to another example. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is the last example we are talking about. This is the last example we are talking about. I'll take Mohannad Laid. Mohannad, are you with me?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Mister.
I need to find the vertex point equation of axis of symmetry and y-intercept for this graph. And he don't give you any graph, only the equation. What shall I do? First, I'll start from the end. He need what here?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept is the last number without x's, which is what here?
-2.
Excellent. So y-intercept is -2. It's very easy. We can get it directly. So y-intercept is a number without x or x squared, which is -2. But you must take it with its sign. So it's -2. Okay, complete with me. What about the vertex point? The vertex point we said at the beginning, the vertex point has a rule. You remember the rule? X equal what?
I don't remember the rule.
Okay, I just write the rule now. X equal -b over 2a. X equal -b over 2a. Formula for the equation of axis of symmetry. Okay. The value of b here is what?
-8x.
-8 only. I take the number only. So -8. Excellent. So in state of b, I write -8. In state of b, I write -8. And what about a?
-2
Excellent.
x.
It's a -2 only, without x also. Okay. So
Okay.
if we substitute, it will be -8 over 2 multiply the value of a, which is -2. And don't forget the negative sign at the beginning. Okay. If you calculate it, you will get it's -2. So x equal what?
-2.
This is the equation of axis of symmetry. This is the equation of axis of symmetry. What about the vertex point? Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll complete it. Tomorrow we'll complete the vertex point. But now we stand here. Okay. So please write the answer of this problem. If you don't have a graph, how we can